Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, October 17th, and today we will cover GraniteShares again. Not just GraniteShares, but the YieldBoost funds AMYY, AZYY, XBTY, COYY, HOYY, MTYY, NVYY, PLYY, TQQY, SMYY, YSPY, and TSYY. See, I can list them all because there's not too many yet, but then the list will go on and on and on and on and on. And I'll just name the hot ones per se. So thank you, brother, for confirming the audio. But before we even get to that, what the heck is going on here? Bitcoin is tumbling. I was thinking, wow, 108. That's rough, right? And then I look at this morning 104. So maybe it's going to go under 100 today. I don't even know what's going on. If it's the China stuff, or I haven't even read the news, to be honest, but it's a discount. So I'm going to buy me some Bitcoin today, right? That's the plan. And of course, when the market opens, I'm going to sell me some puts. So yeah, that's going to be, let's hope what happened last Friday, same thing, right? Friday, dippity-doo-dah, Monday, uppity-doo-dah. So if we can get that to happen, we'll be in good shape. And I'm going to plan out as if that's going to happen. So anyway, let's get to GraniteShares. So first off, this is their website. I think most of you have seen it by now. I don't know if you're all familiar with these funds. They're called YieldBoost for a reason. They pay out some serious yield. And again, they're from GraniteShares, and they just did update their website. And it's pretty cool. You could see like easily sort, I guess, here. Well, assuming it would work, it doesn't work. But you could see here like the assets under management, on the first page, who's the biggest fund, TSYY by far. But they came out first, I believe. So, but number 2 and 3 are COYY and NVYY. Everyone else is really struggling behind them. Outside of XBTY at 52 mil, but again, they're newer. They're making their name, and they're coming out. Thank you, Mr. Fantastic Hero, which reminds me, if you're on YouTube, please hit the like button if you guys enjoy this content. Okay, I was told regional bank issues. Thank you, Anne, for reporting that. So I guess regional bank issues can cause a day like this. I mean, good Lord, that's a lot of money. All right. And if you're on X right now watching live, if you want to help the channel, the community, feel free to repost the stream. And that way others will say, oh my God, I got to watch this. This looks cool. Right. Anyway, yeah, let's get to the spreadsheet. So again, this is a kind of a similar format to what you're used to, at least on the listing. So now you can kind of see the various funds sorted by launch date. Actually, yeah, okay. It's not, well, TSYY did launch first. So that technically should be at the top. So what I do is, I track, all right, these are the number of days that they launched. And then, of course, I'm tracking house money, everyone's favorite statistic here. TSYY is in number 1 for that. They have paid $12.52 since inception. And underneath, what's different about these funds is they don't just trade, an individual stock. They trade double leverage stocks, and they trade double leverage stocks that are on various underneath various fund managers. You can see, okay, here's them, GraniteShares, because obviously their ETF is the most liquid in the options market. When it comes to Tesla, there's no question TSLL is the champ there, so that's why they chose that one. BitX, the number 1. I'm not sure who is BitX, actually. It's not even in the name. That's not good advertisement. Could have been a free advertisement for them. ProShares, Ultra Pro, TQQQ, by far, we know that one. This is the only one that surprises me. When I think of 3X S&P, I think of UPRO. And then, of course, a lot of these are newer, like AMZZ, AMDL, not that new. MSTX is one they trade, PTIR, Robin, that's newer. And then SMCX. So again, they sell options on double leverage fund so that they can capture some serious premium. And if you look at the implied volatility in this column, if I highlight it, you look at this. BitX, holy crap, 208% on BitX. Well, Bitcoin is, let's see now, like, is it dropping past? I want to see if it's going to go under 100 during this video. What's going on? I thought we had support up here. Guess not. BlackRock going to buy more. Like, they're going to be the biggest Bitcoin holder soon, right? Anyway, XBTY, look at that, man. That's a juicy premium. You can collect some serious premium with that. CONL, look at that, 147%. That's pretty nice. And then TSLL, which is the one I trade, 118%. Very, very nice. And of course, down here, SMCX with 172%. So you can see the ones with a higher volatility are pretty much going to pay you the higher yield because they can make more premium. And then, that's pretty much it. Then I capture like the 52-week low versus the 52-week high. You could see pretty much they launch at the $25 range, all of these funds. And they don't, they're not made for really capital appreciation. They're made for hopefully capital stableness, to the best of their ability while paying a distribution. However, you can see some of the lows, they do come down, but they are limited on the downside because they do buy protective puts. And we'll get into that. All right, so now to the daily compare. So since the last video, I covered up to October 9th. So now we're going to look from October 10th on. I'm going to blow my nose. How about that? There's some sound effects for you. Ready? All right, so let's look here on the 10th. So again, the Monday, right? Because we're going to do Friday to Friday. Well, the 10th was what? Friday? Yeah, so or this Sunday. Yeah, 10th was the Friday. Okay. So they did, let's see, NVDL drop. Well, remember last Friday? So now let's look at this because, again, we're dealing with the same thing this Friday. NVDL went down 9%. Look on the Monday, it went up 5%, right? So, I mean, there's money to be made. I mean, I'm not saying nothing, but it's like a repeat. It's like too obvious. But anyway, let's get to the comparison. NVDL went down 9% on the Friday. Look at NVYY. This is why they have protective puts. They were able to stop the downside, stop the bleeding. They only went down 4%, right? So that's pretty damn good. This is why you buy the protective put. This is why you would buy the put to, protect the downside maybe on your portfolio. Like if you bought puts right now on any of the freaking market, you'd be happy, right? I have one stinking put on TSLL. I'm gonna cash that thing out today. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's unless the bleeding continues, which who the hell knows. All right. So anyway, they you could see that's a good reason to have them. And then up on the Monday, they went up 5.6%. NVYY went up 3%. That's actually not that bad. That's actually better than I thought it would be. All right, let's look at the 14th. NVDL went down 8%. NVYY, wow, only went down 2%. See, now I did ask last time. I'm going to ask one more time. Should we compare the ETFs to the double leverage funds, or should we just compare it to the actual underlying to be fair, right? Because if you think about it, I look at it as we're tracking the movement essentially of, yes, those funds, but we're doing it for the dividend. But do you want to see how we compare against NVIDIA, or do you want to see how we compare against NVDL? That's a question for the community. If you want both, of course I could do that. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just looking at the comments, see if you guys are even listening to answer. TNA said both. Of course, I knew you guys would say both. But it'll just make the coverage and the spreadsheet larger. I just didn't know if both were relevant, because once I start making it too big, then we just start rushing through things. So I think I'm going to stick to one. I don't know. All right, let's continue. The 15th, they went down 0.27%. NVYY actually went up 0.22. And then on yesterday, the 16th, NVDL did go up 2%. We captured 1.43. Hey, so, not bad, brah. And then you can see down here, this is the latest distribution. It's down here because it's going to get added back when we do the comparison on ex-dividend date, which is today. So if you look at their funds today, they're going to be super red because they're going to have the drop in ex-dividend, and they're going to have the drop because the underlyings are tanking. Tankity-doo-da, tankity-day. All right, so you know who's next. Cone head. It's not Coney head, it's Koi head. All right, so that's even worse, I guess. Actually, let me take a sip of coffee. I barely had any coffee yet this morning. So we'll see how this video comes out. All right, CONL. Why is this gray? This should not be gray. Okay, anyway. Oh my God, look at the Friday. CONL got their asses kicked on the Friday. 15% down. COYY, they went down, but they did not go down nearly as much. So yeah, not a bad day in the office. 6% savior from the put protection. Thank you very much. Monday was not a great recovery there, right? Yeah, this is not Monday's date, but this is Sunday. This is how Google Sheets does it. So not a great recovery there. So obviously my thinking for the market was not thinking right for bet the coin items like CONL. Anyway, COYY went down 0.63%. CONL went down again on the 14th. What a rough week for CONL. They went down 8%. COYY 2%, down 2.9, down 1.44. They went down 3.6. So this is why you need the protective puts for sure. Like if you highlight all of this, I know this is not the overall change from the whole week, but this is just the changes throughout the day. 30% changes, day in and day out versus 16. So essentially, you saved your ass almost half of the drop there. So maybe I'm thinking it is good to see the double leverage. So I'm kind of answering my own question. I know you guys probably want both, but we'll see. All right, so that's the coverage on Mr. Koi head. All right, up next is TSLL versus TSYY. Friday. Now look at this. Look at this. Friday dipped down 10%. Monday went up pretty much the same exact amount. Like, look at that. Ridiculous. Overreaction theater. I mean, BMNU, I'm looking right now, it's down 9%. I guess I shouldn't have sold a put on that the other day. Holy crapola. All right, anyway, TSLL, they went down 10% on the Friday. TSYY, they went down 7%, so 3%, they saved themselves 3%. And then on the Monday, yeah, this is kind of going to hurt. They went up 10%. They only captured 3%. So it's essentially a wash for TSLL, but however, for TSYY, it is not. They went down 3%. Now, if we look at the 14th, TSLL went down 2.97%. TSYY went down very, very little. So this is an example. Again, they're put pretty much saved their ass there too. But then it jumped up 2.8, like a wishy-washy, up-down day. But they only captured 0.78 there. But again, yesterday, another big down day, went down 3%, but TSYY did not. So again, on the downside, yeah, you're going to be protected. On the upside, you're going to be limited. All right. So, you're kind of used to that. A lot of the other funds kind of work that way, but they don't have the downside protection. So again, this is just a different type of fund that offers a different type of exposure, which may make people feel better, because I know people, they want downside protection. That is a lot of the feedback you hear in the community. Like if you look at Misty, everyone's like, oh, Misty's down, but Misty's down because MSTR is down. So what can you do? You can't really do anything. You know, they don't have downside protection, right? They make money on the downside when they sell the covered calls, but here they actually, they'll stop. Like when you buy the put at a certain number, that's it. You are limited. You ain't going down anymore, right? Ideally. But anyway, let's move on. BitX went down 7.58% on the Friday. XBitty, that's a cool name, man. XBitty, XBitty, went down 6%. So did it right there. Monday went down 1. XBitty barely went down. It almost had a flat day, so that's good. 14th this week went down 5.69. XBitty only 2. Again, crypto really bad week this week. But so they went down 5, 2, and then 5. XBitty went down 2, 1, and then 2. So again, great week to have protective puts. And then of course you're going to see what happens today. Today's going to be a disaster. So we'll see how these funds hold up, today. All right, so let's move on to the Qs. Again, these leverage funds are freaking dangerous in these markets. You can see like this is triple leveraged. So, TQQ in the pre-market, where is it at? It's actually only down 3%, but which means the NASDAQ is down around 1. So I guess it's not really that bad. But it's really crypto. Crypto's taking a whooping, man. Let's just check it out. Let's refresh this baby. And they're still at 104. Okay. All right. Let's TQQQ on the Friday. They went down 10%. TQQY. What are we going to call this one? Tiqui. I don't know about that. All right. Anyway, they only went down 7. On the Monday, they recovered a little. They went up 6, but they were only able to capture 3. And then the rest of the week, we got a down 2. Up to down 1. Okay, so how did YieldBoost react? Down 0.3, up 0.4, up 0.05. So if you think about it, if you capture the 3 days, again, just adding the 3 days, overall down 1.1. Here we're showing up. So while the leverage went down, this fund actually went up. So that's pretty good. Pretty good performance so far right there. But again, you're not going to get the big swings on the upside. So if Monday is big time upside, then guess what? You're going to be capity-doo-da, right? We're used to being capity-doo-da. All right, so how we doing here? SPXL, where'd they go? They went down last Friday. Or again, kind of repeat again, like today. They went down 8%, and then YSPY went down 6%. So not bad. Then they went up Monday 4, and then there's the 2% gap on both essentially. So it's almost a wash on those 2 days. And then here, SPXL went. I hate saying SPXL. I'd rather say you bro. All right. Anyway, they went down 0.37%. YSPY went down 0.1, and you can see to the right here. I know I haven't really been covering it. If you care who the winner chicken dinner is, then here you go, brah. All right, who we got here? October the 15th. How you doing? How you doing? They went up 1.2%, and then we got YSPY who went up 0.31. All right, so capity-doo-da. But then the next day they went, yesterday of course, down 2%. YSPY only went down 0.41, so that's good. But today's another down day, so this is a good day to have puts. And for the most part, from what I can gather, they always buy puts. All right, I should probably hide that last line. There you go. Is that a little better? All right, so AMZZ. By the way, some feedback would help if you guys want me to go. There's not a lot of fun, so I am going through every single fund. Please let me know if that's all good. I'm seeing some new names because different, fund coverage. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. A little changing up, spicing up the channel just a little bit doing a little bit here, a little bit there. But yeah, feedback appreciated, whether good or bad. I can handle it. I'm a big boy, but I may cry. AMZZ on the Friday, they went down 10%. AZ, holy crap. Look at that. Look at that. 7%. AZYY said, you know what? I'm only going down 3 today. Bruh, you can go down 10. I'm going down 3. So I'll see you. But then, of course, yeah, Monday, recovery day, they captured 3% back. And wow, not bad, not bad. They captured 2.8. So that's pretty good. Here we go on the 14th, AMZZ down 3.2, AZYY only down 1. Now, this, again, this is the first time I'm looking at this too. And I am liking what I'm seeing. I really want them to have a fund of funds though, because I don't know. I'm avoiding as much of the individual stock exposure. At least that's my opinion on it. I do like the fund of funds for various reasons, but hopefully they do launch it soon. We'll have to, if Will, if you're watching, we need the fund of funds, please. All right. Anyway, AMZZ, they went down 1%. AZYY, nope, I ain't going down. They went down 0.09. And then the next day, AMZZ went down 1%. They're like, nope, I'm only going down 0.04. So yeah, that put, man, I'm gonna buy me some puts today. It's gonna feel good. Actually, it's too late. Sorry. I ain't buying puts today. But again, this is the idea of why you would hedge. It's an annoying word to hear. I hate it. Oh, do you hedge your portfolio? No, stop talking. But yeah, it is obviously, it is good. It is good, bro. It is good. I like to call it downside protection, right? That's a little smoother on the tongue. All right, anyway, AMDL, how you doing? Well. They did not do good last Friday. They went down 15%. That ain't right. This ain't right. No freaking way. How in the hell? Wow. Okay, I'm speechless here. How in the hell? I mean, they must have been already at the loss, like at the low point. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, AMDL went down 15. AMYY. Wow. Amy, good job, Amy. Only 0.37. That's impressive. All right. Anyway, on the Monday, they went up 1.46. Not AMDL, Amy. I'm calling it Amy. Not bad financial decisions, Amy, but AMYY, Amy. All right. So, but still, that's pretty good there. And then here, they went up 1.5. And then Amy went up 1.56. Okay. Now, see, this is craziness. Like what is this? Up 18% in one freaking day. Oh man, that's probably going to get corrected today. But yeah, that's what you do not want to see owning these types of funds, because yeah, they're going to make money on that premium. They sell that put, and if the fund goes up, that's good, because that put premium, that means they'll capture and profit the majority of that put premium, which is good, and they did, right? But that's it. That's the premium collection, and here it is, 2.16%. So yeah, big miss on that upside, but it is what it is. That's how they work. But this is a day where you can actually see that, and you can say, ouchie. All right. Anyway, the next day, which was yesterday, they went down 3.53. And Amy didn't go down at all. So again, a day like that, you're like, you know what? Bring it. I got puts all day, son. All day. I got puts for y'all. You know what? All right, let's move on. Okay, this sucker's taking a beating. All right, you ready for this? I gotta take a sip of coffee for this one. Good morning, everyone who's watching. We have 377 people between YouTube and X. So if you want to repost, reshare, restream, whatever the platform wants to call it, if you want to do that, that is greatly appreciated. My retirement trading, I believe you're a YouTube channel, right? I think you just did your first interview with Mike Coe. If that's you, congrats on your first interview, by the way. I still have to finish it. I did start it though. Let me know how you feel about it. And if you're going to do more interviews, I'm just curious. All right. Anyway, MSTX, they went down at 9.93% on last Friday. And then, wow, only the MTYY, or shall we say MITI, only went down 1%. On the Monday, recovery a little bit. Yeah, up 6%. But, you know, MITI, not so much. MITI only said, I can take 4.4%. That's all I can do. Okay. That's a rough one. But guess what? We'll, our downside protection is pretty much better in this scenario than the upside limitation, because look at this, 3 days in a row, down 9, down 2, down 8. But what is MITI doing? MITI only down 2, down 1, down 3. So, if you just add them up total, down 21 versus down 8. So yeah, man. MITI is fighting for us, man. MITI is, when the red comes, right? This red downstream of disasterness, MITI, they got that buy put. That's like the freaking security guard. He's big as hell, He's like Brock Lesnar or Bill Goldberg standing there. They ain't getting past. There's a limit. You ain't getting past here, son. So we ain't dropping anymore. All right. Can you picture that? Can you picture that scenario? Does that help explain the buy put better? Oh, that is you. Okay. Yeah, guys, go check out My Retirement Trading on YouTube. He's he covers the high yield funds. He actually did his first interview with Mike Coe. So, let's go give him some love, give him a sub, congratulate him on the interview, and then type in the comments, what's up? All right, let's move on. PTIR last Friday, they went down 10%. What the heck is it? We're going to call this PLY. Again, we got to get used to the term PLY. PLY only went down 1.35%. On the Monday, they did not recover. They did go up 2, and PLY went up 1. All right, let's keep going. Here's the last 3 days. You ready? Up 2, down 0.06, down 1.78. All right, so PLY went up 1, flat on the down day, which is good. And then they went up on the down 1.78% day. So, hell yeah, son. Hell yeah. So, good stuff, brah. Good stuff. So, I like it like that. All right, so let's move on. Oh, see, I only got 2 left. You guys may think this is taking too long. I don't know. You guys got to let me know what funds I should cover. Should I ask in advance, like, all right, what funds should we cover today? Or should I just go through them all? Or maybe speak a little faster. All right, here we go. Robin tanked last Friday. They went down 18%. And then we got Hoi. Again, how do we do this? This is Hoi, but the other one, Hoi. Yeah, this is Hoi. Hoi went down 8%. All right. On the Monday, the Robin went up 3. Hoi went up 2. Not bad. And then here we go. Last 3 days, down 8, down 0.7, down basically 5. Hoi went down 2, 0.3, and then 1.5. So again, buying the put in a market like this. Remember, the market, we've been going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So it's time for us to now go down. The market just needed a reason to sell. And they got a reason last Friday. They got a reason this Friday. And maybe next week too. We don't know. But it's a wishy-washy market, man. You just don't know. It's really tough. This is why I basically just trade options for the premium. It's a premium play. I'm not trying to predict what the heck is going to happen. Market red, sell puts. Market green, sell calls. That's pretty much what I do anyway. But buying puts, I need to buy more puts, just like YieldBoost does. That is for sure. They're motivating me too, because you could see, like, only down 2 on an 8% day, only down 2. 0.7, only down 0.3. Down 5, only down 1.5. So, they are protecting our asses, Nice security there. All right, last but not least, we got SME. What's up, SME or SMI? Last Friday, they went down 17. Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right. Yeah, sip water. Sorry about that. See, I need one more, insert one more column, and then I can move this. There you go. All right, SMCX last Friday went down 17. We only went down one. SME only went down one. So in your face, security, they worked. All right, but Monday, again, they captured 6. We only captured about, 2 approximately. And then here we go. The last 3 days, down 6, down 3, down 0.5. SME went down 1.4, up 1, went up 0.42. So again, doing good in this red market, doing good in the neighborhood. And again, what number, if we go here to the funds tab, launch price, just, I know it all shows different, but for the most part, I believe they all launch at 25. So the question is, what do you want to see? You want to see it at 25, right? I'm seeing this at 26. So not bad, Broski. All right, let's look at the others. 22, almost 23 on Hoi. Plea, 24. That's very nice. I'm a Mitty, but, MSTR, man, they're kicking my ass in every which way. They're like, but Bitcoin, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I think I looked at MSTR year to date. It's just not even for AMY. Look at that. AMYY 25, AZYY 23, YSPY 19. I think they've been around a while though. TQQY, they went, they've been around obviously 18. XBIDI, wow, 16. Damn. TSYY, they went down to 7, but again, they've been around. I think, is it over a year now? No, almost a year. Okay. Just trying to look at the ones that stayed the most stable. NVYY 23, Koi not so much, but you know how Coinbase goes. We see it. All right, so this, I should probably put the dividends all in one spreadsheet actually, but this is just going to show you, the latest distribution announcement. Do you guys care about return of capital or not? I mean, I don't know what you want to see. I'll just announce the distribution. 43 cents on NVYY, 96% yield there. I mean, so what we do is you take the distribution, 43 cents, you multiply it by 52 weeks because it's a weekly payer, and then you divide it by the current NVYY price, at least as of this is taking X dividend date, which is today, -1, which will be the 16th. Okay, so that's how we get that yield. All right. Any questions in the comments, by the way? I probably should have asked that as we were going. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So ROC is nice. Well, Tina, you're always nice. So MSTR is a problem. Yeah. Yes, it is. Well, Bitcoin is a problem. It's been a rough outing. But anyway, return of capital. This is representative of a percent. Actually, I should probably formulate this. Maybe not. But most of it's return of capital. Anyway, let's move on. COYY, how you doing? They announced a distribution of 42 cents, which is 149% yield. Just a little ridiculous, right? You got to love it, though. 149%. Wow. What puts am I selling today? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I woke up way too late. So we will announce that later in the Discord for sure. Let's see here. Let's shrink this, format this as we go. Baby. Hey, baby. All right, TSYY, they announced a 20-cent distribution. That is a small decrease from the last payment. That is a 136% yield. XBiddy in the house. We got where's the format? 31 cents for XBiddy. That is a 100% yield on that one. I mean, that's pretty damn solid. So let's keep going here. This is for TQQY. I'm showing 17 cents. 17 cents is a 50% yield for TQQY. Again, kind of formatting this as I go. And then we got YSpy up in her. They announced an 18-cent distribution, which is a 50% yield. Let's go to AZYY, 22 cents. That is a 50% yield. I don't think anything really yields less than like 40%. AMYY, let me scroll this over. AMYY, 48 cents. That's actually an increase from the last payment, which is good. They are yielding 97%. Pretty solid there. Mitty, decrease in payment, 35 cents. Their yield is 99%. Play, 45 cents, in line with the last payment. That is a 98% yield right there. Hoi, 60 cents, little drop from the last time. That's a yield of 136%. And then, of course, we got SMY, 69 cents, in line with the last payment, and that would be a yield of 139%. So when all's said and done, and we do a comparison, who's the winner? Who's the real winner? Well, the real winner of the week, yield-wise, is COYY. So what we could do, again, we could do like a conditional formatting, and we could do like a color scale. We could do max value would be super bright green, and then minimum value would be super dark green, right? Why is that coming out like that? Yeah, we don't want it that dark. We want it like blah dark, right? Let's see how that looks. Let's see. Well, I'm not seeing, oh, that's because the date was highlighted. So we got to fix that. Let's take out the date. Let's take out A, and then we'll do B. There you go. That's a little better. All right, so you could see the shiny green ones, COYY, 149% yield. And then, of course, TSYY, HOY, and SMYY, all 130% range. I mean, some of you may say, this is too much. This is too high of a yield. But again, then put it back in the fund, right? That's why now you have the option to do what you want with the money. You can reinvest it. You can buy Lamborghinis. You can buy sushi and wine, or you could, I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, right? Something like that. How's that sound? Good? Okay. All right. Let's move on. Last but not least, now we're going to talk about the holdings. So this is a download from their website, which obviously you'll all have access to. You can just go and download or just look at the holdings, and you can see, the situation that they're in. So you can see here, I kind of just formulate it. It'll tell you where it's a buy put versus a sell put. So here, again, we need the price in the range. Actually, we should start doing that. Do equals. We'll get it in the visual, right? NVDL right there. Is that better? It might be better. What do you think? But anyway, should I make that? Let's do this. Kids are being so loud. Not good. All right. Anyway, 87.94. So if they sell a put at 99 and it's down to 87, that's obviously not good, right? Because typically when you sell a put, at a certain strike at a certain date, you want it to close above that strike price. And if it does, it will expire worthless. Although they're not going to let their stuff expire worthless. They'll typically they'll do a rolling order and pay to close it. But this one, they'll have to pay the gap in between, the 99 minus the 87, essentially. That's about like $12 worth, plus any theta, as they say, right? Theta, time value, whatever. And then this put here, this is an 89, 87, a little closer to that number, so not as bad. But, and then of course, we're thinking now, all right, the downside protection, since we're going down, are we protected enough? Well, the 89 is protecting, right? Because this is below the 89, so it is doing some help. And then we have the 80. That's not really worth a damn at the moment. I wish that we had the market value on the holdings, actually. Next time I do talk to them, I will ask about that. All right. But anyway, so these all expire today. So I'm just kind of explaining, the current situation, what we want to happen, what's going to happen, so on and so forth. The stuff above, obviously, that's just, cash, T-bills, whatever. All right, so let's look at this COYY. How you doing? Well, again, let's see. Let's go to the sell puts. They have a 41. They have two 41s and a 48. This thing is well below that, like well below. And then today's not going to be any better. So it's, this sucker, they're going down. However, let's see what their protection is. Their protection starts at 36, 36, and 42. So this 42 is already protecting them at the moment. So again, when you see like the double leverage fund going down and we're not going down as much, it's thanks to this little sucker right here. This 42, like we said, this is Brock Lesnar right here. He's helping you out. He's F5 in everyone. He's like, nope, no red here, no red here. And then Goldberg's sitting right here at 36. He's like, I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Oh, but they did. They just tried to cross him, and now here we are getting protected on all sides. So, we'll see how it goes, though. TSYY, I mean, good Lord, they have a lot of trades. So let's see. Again, let's just make sure I'm pulling up the right, so, okay. So TSLL, you can see, is at $19. They're selling puts, 1930, 1984. But again, various expirations. We do have a 1024, so that's for next week. But you could see here, kind of like, all right, so they did sell a put at 17. So this put's actually doing pretty good because they are at 19. Pre-market, though, if I look at TSLL, they are down 4%. So that's going to be a little rough day in the office there. So, again, you would imagine that this 1924, it's going to go down. In fact, you know what? Let me look at the number for the pre-market. I don't have it on the screen for you guys, but I can see it. It's at 1841. So if you look at these, are they protecting? Not yet, because they're below, right? They're protecting a little, but there's not much time value left either. So if TSLL does drop below any of these, obviously we won't be going down as much with it. But we'll see. We may take a hit on TSYY today, but we'll see how it goes. Again, if you own TSYY yourself and you're curious, you should track TSYY and TSLL like on your app or whatever, and just see like the movement all day and see how it goes. XBTY, how you doing? Well, let's see how we doing. We where are we here? They're selling a put at 56. So what? Oh, I didn't copy the number. So they got a 48. So obviously 48 is well below the 56. So now it's actually even below the put that they bought. So protection is in place. So regardless of what happens now, we are protected. Like the damage is done, right? So when you see, BitX tanking today, XBitty should not be tanking. I mean, it may go down a little, but again, it's protected. This is essentially the full position, I would imagine. And, you know, it's already getting protected now because they're at 48. So as BitDEX goes down, bring it. Don't sing it. Bring it. All right, TQQY. Let's copy this sucker. And they're at 102 at the moment. Obviously, it's going to go down today. Let's look at the puts that expire today. We can make this column bigger. Sorry if I'm not reading the comments. I'll catch up at the end. What are they doing? They got a 101. It's actually still above the 101, and it's still above the 97. So, you know, they're not doing so bad. But, you know, if they go underneath these, then there's the gap, right? And then they'll have to cover that gap. They do have downside protection, but that's pretty far away. That's 87 and 9%. That's actually, oh, I do have the numbers here, 11 and 16% away, which I doubt TQQ is going to go down today. Pre-market's down 3%. So these are likely not going to be helpful bodyguards, right? This is like Spike Dudley and Gilbert here. So let's move on. Let's go to YSPY up on her. Again, do you want me to cover all the funds? YieldBoost fans, are you here? Are you here? You want me to cover all the funds? Do you guys, what funds do you guys invest in? All right. You guys got to let me know, you know, speak. All right. Anyway, let's look at the 205. SPXL is priced at 205. Very expensive. They sold puts that expire today, 206. That one's all right. 216. That's not okay. And 198. That's okay. So let's look at the 216 and the comparable here. Let's see. The comparable is probably what, the 194, which is not really, you know, we're not getting protected yet because they're still at 205. So yeah, the damage, you know, is in between essentially. So as SPXL goes down, YSPY will go down, you know, up to an extent. Yeah, but yes, all these contracts expire today. Today is gonna be today. All right, so let's go to AZYY. All right, simple. This is, I like this. Just do trades. Sell put, buy put. Sell put, buy put. All right, let's look at the sell put. 28 bucks. 20 bucks. All right, okay. Works for me. But again, today's gonna be a red day. But you know, if AZYY does drop underneath 25, you know, we're gonna be again protected. I would say cappity doodah, we're protected doodah, right? So we're not going to go down anymore. All right. But again, we're going to take the hit all the way from 28 to 25 though, right? Because there is no protection in between, right? We're just getting our asses kicked. We're getting jumped left and right there, but it's only a $3 gap. All right, let's look at, oh, I got to copy this again. Okay, so Sunita did answer me. I love YieldBoost. Where'd she go? COYY. Okay, so you own most of the funds, so that's good. Does anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Inspector, you own SMYY. Thanks for being here, by the way. Ply, NVYY, SMYY for MIGs, Hoy and Ply, XBTY for my retirement trading. All right. No, thanks for answering, everyone. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. AMYY, how you doing? How you doing? Let's see what expires today. 17 bucks, 20 bucks. They're at 20. Okay. So yeah, the 17's doing all right. The 20's at the money. So we'll see here. Protection is there, but will they need it? Probably not. I don't know. We will have to see. What's up, Mitty? Mitty. And let's copy this sucker. Everyone's fed up with MSTR. They're blaming MSTR, but really it's Bitcoin. I mean, MSTR is to blame on some days, though, for sure. What are they doing? 348. Oh man, I might be buying leaps on MSTU today. Look at that. 348. How much are leaps? Chump change, right? 348. What do they got? They got a 390 and a 407. So 348 is underneath both of those. Protection is basically right here. It's right there. So as we go down today, Mitty should actually do rather well. There should be, the protection should be in place rather quick. Security guards are right there, right? So you got tugboat and earthquake, the natural disasters right there helping you out right off the bat in the opening bell. Ding, 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 ding. Remember their entrance song? All right, anyway, Plea, how you doing? There's a lot of funds here. We're gonna have to go by popularity at some point because and then the fund of funds, man, that thing's gonna be interesting. Look at the holdings. All right, so let's look at this. We're selling, what the heck we selling? We're selling puts, of course, bruh. 29 and 30. Peter, PTIR, Peter is at $30, so that's basically at the money. So yeah, we're gonna take some damage on the way down today, probably. Some of these are for next week, though. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. All right, Chico. So stay tuned for that. All right. Up next is your boy Hoy. Hoy. All right. Robin is at $88. What do you do? What do you say? Let's look at the ones that expire today. 101. Well. That's getting its butt kicked. 93. Yeah, that's beat up too. 120. Oh boy, that's destroyed. And 98. Okay, yeah. So 88 is below all of the puts that we sold. Let's check out, how are we protected? All right, we're looking for this strike. Is it above the current price of Robin? Yeah, this one is 106. So obviously it's already helping on the damage. 86 is not, 77 is not, 82 is not, but 89 is. So again, they are what they call scattered-doo. So they're all over the place. This one's a little harder to read, but for the most part, yeah, you're going to get protection today for sure. But yeah, they do also have a trade for next week. So we'll see how that all plays out. All right. Wow. We're at the final one. It's the final countdown. All right. So let's copy our last one here. All right. $47. SMCX is 40. Man, I remember that thing was chump change. Now it's at 47. All right. So let's see what they're selling. Puts on 55. Oh, good Lord. 45. Wow. They are scattered-doo for sure. And then the other one for today, again, today's the 17th. So these expire today. And then we got a 48. All right. So the 55 is interesting. So you got to look at that one. And then this is probably the buy put that's attached to this. They don't have number of contracts, so you can't really tell, which is like a 1-to-1. Again, that's something we can ask for, right? Can you put more information on the holdings so we can read this appropriately, right? I don't know if you guys agree. This is a lot. I do like that. It's nice and compact. It's very simple. But number of contracts, things like that, market value, I think that would be cool. Or price per share, things like that. But anyway, yeah, the 48. Oh, no, here it is. I'm sorry. The 40 is probably the one attached to the 55. So the 47, I'm sorry. I was right the first time. I'm seeing way too many numbers this morning. And I'm also still working on my first cup of coffee. Bear with me here. Okay. Anyway. So the 48 is already helping out because they did drop below that. And they will continue to drop today because, again, today is just a red disaster. And by the way, is Bitcoin at 103 now? Let's see. Okay, it's stuck at the 104. All right, it went down here. Did it hit 103? Let's see. It did hit 103. Wow. Man, what a day we're in for. Holy, you guys ready? You guys working? You guys off, ready to buy the dippity doodah? Or are you just going to close the laptop and cry and run away? Let me know. All right. Let's put on some music and we'll do some Q&A and then we'll call it a day and get our asses to work. All right. They got sounds and they got music. I'm just going to put night drive. So let's catch up on the comments. LA ain't looking. LA ain't looking. So who has cash? Does anyone have cash? Cash money? Yeah, red tag sell today, pretty much. Pick anything you want, right? Anything you want. Buying blocks. Wolf is buying blocks today. I see a lot of people, they have a lot of good things to say about blocks. Double D is off today, dividend degenerates. Are you doing some YouTube videos today? You should go live today, Double D. Try it out. See if it lets you. I don't know if you need a certain amount of, I don't know if you need like a certain amount of anything to go live, actually. You bought what? What do you mean you bought 106K? I swear, Miggs is the richest man in here. Let's see. Have a good day. TK Turd. That's an interesting name. Exactly, just like last Friday. Black Mamba's crying. That's right. Let it all out. Oh man, that sucks. Time for ask Dad for a raise, right? You deserve it, man. You're busting your ass, fixing everything. We all have cash today. TNA has cash. Nikki here. Nikki over here now. Robinhood doesn't pay until 9 p.m. Well, that sucks. I don't know why, man. They always used to pay early back in the day. DPC Dad, good morning. You're buying Bitex. 1,000 followers to go live. Is that the qualification? I don't remember. And they change things all the time too. So I really, I forget. Sorry. All right, where the hell did I leave off on the comments? There you go. Oh no, Sunita used all of her dry powder. Oh no. Sunita, what are your thoughts on YieldBoost so far? Not at all right, so you need 1,000 to go live. Maybe BitK, that's the new one, right? Well, blocks, everything's going to be crashing today. Robert Rangel, I don't remember seeing this name. It says, great video, thanks for GraniteShares info, getting off work. Wow, you're getting off work now? Holy crap. Hey, good for you, your day's over. You're going to go to bed? Today's another perfect day to sell some puts and build up that share count. Yes, it is, Bruce, for sure. Is that $1? I can't even tell. I don't know what that is, but thank you. I can't even say that name. All right, is that close? But yeah, if you have, for anyone who does do a super chat, I don't know if this is $1. It doesn't matter the amount. I can do a wrestling impersonation for any wrestler you want. So CTP, chicka chicka bang bang. You pick a wrestler, and I'll impersonate him. Get paid at 6 p.m. from Robinhood. East Coast in the house. Oh my God, these kids. He's doing it on purpose now because he knows I'm live. All right, buying WPay and Maggie. Actually, yeah, today is a good day to buy WPay because on the way up, get some of that leverage. I am loving the downside protection. The payouts are high, but keeping an eye on the declining payouts. Doesn't the Fed meet today? Hopefully the market bounces. Every time they talk, like, does it ever go up? Printing money soon. Great. Thank you, brother, for converting that. $1.17, son. There we go. All right. I think we're at the end. We are at 59 minutes. The Fed meets at 1 p.m. Okay. Yeah, JP opens his mouth and market falls. Although the reverse could happen today because the market's already fallen. So maybe even if he says poopity doo dah, maybe the market will go up. All right. But as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. We'll try again next time, okay? All right, what else? If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, you can hit the thumbs up on YouTube or the heart on X. Outside of that, I pretty much got nothing but a keyword. So it ain't nothing but a keyword. So if you made it this far in the video, which is a long ass video, we went through a lot today. We covered a lot. But if you made it through this long ass video, you got to say the keyword. All right. So before we have to figure out the keyword, brother says it's sale. Nikki says it's sale. Miggs said it's sale. TNA says it's sale. So I guess it's sale. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to myself and all these other suckers out there, all these YieldBoost investors, then you got to type in the comments down below. S-A-L-E, sale. It's a sale for sure. It's a sale. It hurts, but it's a sale. You know, it's a painful sale at that, because we're in the market, right? If we had no money in the market and we just started investing today, then then we're like, gimme. But yeah, enjoy the sale today. I'm selling puts today. That's what I'm doing. Closing out covered calls, things like that. I'll share that maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see how the week closes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this YieldBoost comment. If there's content, if there's anything additional that I didn't cover, let me know. If I covered too much and you just want a certain level, just give me some feedback. I want to know how this goes. Another super chat. Again, I assume this is like around 5, but thank you. My N.A. Alexei from Ukraine, but now live in Germany. What do you think of SPY I and JEPQ? SPY I think, is a great fund. I mean, it really is. I had it as my, what do you call it? My reserve, my cash reserve, essentially. And it pays about a 16% yield, which is pretty good. And I'm a big fan of all the NEOS funds, SPY I, QQQI. But yeah, that's a good fund. JEPQ, I didn't really ever get into it, to be honest. But I assume, I don't have much to say about it because I never really researched that fund. But SPY I is a good one. Thank you for the super chat. But you didn't name a wrestler. If you watch wrestling, do you have a wrestler, Alexei? You have a wrestler, Alexei? And we'll close it out there. Name your favorite wrestler, Alexei. Or Alexei, or however we say it. JEPQ pays 10%. Migs, you didn't give the super chat, so you don't get to say. All right, Migs. All right. I should yell and scream and get Migs caught at work, but I won't do that. But I guess we'll end it there. Maybe Alexei does not watch wrestling. So the keyword, type it in the comments. It is sale. All right. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get my ass to work. Thank you all for watching. All right. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. It's only a day away.